Hi, today I wanted to share with you the importance of appreciating the time of solitude, being alone with yourself. This is not quite so appreciated by society as much as it should. And just because, like, since when we're a kid, we go to the school, interact with a lot of people, and how socializing with other people are a significant portion of almost like the value is tied up in like how social you are, right? And there is always this advantage of being able to navigate better in this social setting. But what we cannot really underestimate is the power of when you are in solitude. And there is a lot of utility to it, because if you always have to be with somebody, generally speaking, that means you have nothing really better to do. But it's actually really true. If you have better things to do, then, then let's say you got to learn something. And when you learn something, like, or let's say when you're reading books, working on some problems, or doing some project, that's quite a solitude work. But that's where you gain new insights. Generally speaking, when you just kind of hang out with people, it's very superficial most of the time. There is sometimes, once in a while, you can actually find somebody that actually tell it like it is, and you can go further. But you really have to be the one having the depth as well. Otherwise, the conversation doesn't go anywhere because you don't have that layers of knowledge that you can actually test with such a people. So social setting is, in a way, your testing ground. And being alone, that's where you actually train yourself. And of course, when you go outside and then you test it, that means that's part of the training. But then core of your development is when you're by yourself and discussing the ideas, so to speak, within your own mind. This is really powerful because you're actually conversing yourself with inner voice. You are appreciating your own, like, unconscious collective brain power. And of course, like, if you don't have nothing, you have actually really tried it out, your unconscious probably has nothing really to show for. But then let's say if you've been learning, even if you're like an extrovert and then you go out and interact, but then when you come back by yourself, you probably have learned something. And then from that reflection, you have an idea to do something, possibly breakthrough. And also you can like train yourself to be okay without the groups. Means it's like you can be really trained to be self-reliant, self-sufficient. You don't have to cling to the other people for your satisfaction. And this is very powerful because it gives always an option of refusal. Means it's like if you don't like something, you can always say no because you can always come back to yourself that you like. That's really powerful. A lot of mistake people make in this life is to go along with others just because it feels easy. You don't have to confront your flaws. You don't have to admit your mistakes. Just following along with a group that always kind of protect each other. But if you do that, your world is stuck in that area. There is no place that you can actually escape from. That's where you get caught up in this group mentalities. So to live, in a way, the best life, like the life that based on your inner world, like align with like what you really want. Protect your alone time. Protect your solitude. At least a few hours a day to observe information, relax even, give yourself some time to think and enjoy with yourself. I mean, human being is kind of funny. It's like, even it's you, but you can't really control yourself. There's a lot of parts that are just automatic. So get to know yourself better. And the more you get to know yourself better, you know what to incorporate, like information-wise, your training-wise, what you need to do to best to function yourself the best way possible. And that you requires the time of solitude. And if you can incorporate that, then your life will get better.